Hey everybody, glad to see you joining us. We're going to be experimenting with some new format. As I told you the other day, changes are coming, and this will be the start of it. We'll see how it goes, so wish us luck. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Dave. How you doing?
Gosh, I look something. I look
Tall.
stretched out.
Don't be so faced into the camera quite so far. Lean back just a little. There
Like
you go.
this.
Yeah,
Well,
like
you're a
that.
lot closer than I am.
I've just got my camera zoomed up bigger.
Yeah, well, I got to do something. This ain't quite. This doesn't look right. I'm stretched out too much. I should have left a gap, I think, between us. That would have probably taken care of it.
Probably so.
Yeah, but
But
anyway,
it'll work for now.
yeah, it'll do all right. We've got a new kind of format, and you'll see right now it says no active events. But if there were, you would see this much better than you could on the older format. And this is just the start. We've got a lot of big things to show you whenever this thing gets completely unveiled. In fact, we may even have an announcement to make about another part of this journey we're on, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. So I'm kind of excited about it. Hey, it gives us something to do anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we're continually improving.
Absolutely, and that's where it helps with all these things. The subscribers, just getting those subscribers is helping us, and I'm hoping I can find everything because he just finished a few minutes ago, so I haven't looked to see too much about what's going on with it, but it looks pretty good so far. And what you'll see is you'll hear people that subscribe. They'll pop up here on the screen, just that little funny face everybody likes, and I think they'll even announce it. I think I'm not sure, but I know you'll hear a sound.
Those
And,
are actually for Facebook followers, Dave.
oh, they are.
Yeah, there's a different icon and sound that pops up when someone subscribes to the YouTube channel.
Well, then I guess I haven't seen that because the only ones I've seen is that little face that shows up. So, okay, it'll be interesting to see. Shane is listening. He says it sounds good on his end. So he just left. He's been working on this as well. He is a hard-working dude, I'll tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like we have several on with us. Jackie Mattis is with us. Says, hey, David, Mark, and Thunder Buddies. Blackheart 502. Gerald says, hello, Thunder Buddies. Hope everything is doing well. I'm hoping for a blizzard this winter, too. Don't count out the snow chances. We're seeing
Nope.
something. We're seeing something that's kind of crazy, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's see. Donna Lord's on with us. She's still recovering. She says, hello, David and Mark. Hey, Donna. Linda McElrath, my good friend, Linda. She says also, hello, David and Mark, and also Natasha. Natasha's not with us today. I don't know. Did I tell her we were going to do this? I don't remember.
Probably not. I don't know if we've given her our full broadcast schedule yet.
I don't think we have, but she'll be back on with us. I promise you that. Hey, there's Harley. My good friend Harley Blankenship's on with us. I tell you what, she is a talented woman. She's got all kinds of videos going. I tell you, we'll have to talk to her a little bit more about maybe some stuff in the future with us, doing a few things. But Jackie Mathis is on. She says, never mind. Oh, she said, my goof, Shane. Okay, I must have missed it. Let me get my glasses on. I can't see these smaller.
She said earlier, she first said there was no sound, and I think she probably accidentally had herself muted.
Oh, okay. I got you. Mary Vorvis. Hey, Mary. She says, hey, David, Mark, Natasha, and everyone. Tammy Tatum. Hello, Snow Buddies. Anna George. Hello, David and Mark. Oh, no, she says, hello, everyone. Hotel Mario says, hi, David and Mark. And Darlene Manning says the same. Donna Lord says, guys, I miss being there. We miss having you. She's always taking good care of us up here when we're in these long hours, and it helps to have coffee coming to us. She always kept us fresh on things. So hurry up and get well, Donna. We need you back here. Let's see here. Sandy Winters is on. She says, "Hey, David, Mark," and let's see here. Eric Brake says sound is 5 for 5. So that means he gives us a thumbs up. And Sandy Winter says we sound fine. Lisa Murray says happy Sunday. And Allegra Pace, my good friend Allegra, she says, "Hi, David, Mark. Always good to see you guys on here." And Tabby Bridges says, "Hey, David and Mark." Adam French is on with us. He says, "Where's the snow?" Now, Adam's an old friend of mine. He stays on me about the snow. I think he's got a clearing business or something. And he and Sheila Stewart and Harley Blankenship and Paula Church are all coming to us on the David Powell Weather and Wisdom Facebook page. So it's good to see you guys. I'm glad you're on there, and I hope to see you stay with us. As I said, we've got some major things in the works that's going to revolutionize what we're doing here. It's going to be so much easier when the warnings start coming. You're going to see those things in real time, and you'll hear them also. They're not going to be just a crawl across the screen. You're going to actually hear what it has to say. It's going to be pretty nice. Hotel Mariel says, "Are you still expecting a storm around the 29th or after?" Okay, Mark, that's where we need to jump in here a little bit.
All right. Well, we are looking for a storm system to be coming in by next weekend, or actually now it would be this weekend since this is Sunday, probably around Friday or Saturday. We're looking for about 3 days of potentially heavy rain coming in with this. Temperatures are going to moderate quite a bit. We'll be up in the upper 50s by then.
Yep.
But tonight we're going to be down cold enough that we're going to get a little rain in the area and maybe some flurries.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to amount to much, but you might see some flakes in the air.
Yeah, you may see a few snowflakes flying around, so don't get too excited. We're aware that they're there, and we're telling you about it now so you don't get too excited about it. But there is some excitement coming in the future if everything comes out right. Hey, Brad Jones, he's on with us, says ready for more snow. Mignon Higgins, cold and clouds here in Aurora. That's pretty well the way it is almost everywhere. Tammy Tatum says, "Been going on since November 1st. I am done with it." She's got
She's
that.
been sick.
Yeah, she's got that stuff that you and I. Well, we kind of had a touch. I don't know. We had it as bad as she did, but
No, I don't think we did.
I think I'm about over mine. I'm in pretty good shape. I still got that persistent cough, but it's getting better. I will say that I found some magic cough drops that do wonders for me, and I don't think I brought a one up here with me. So if I start coughing, and you know when you go talking like that, it makes you want to cough. So
Yes,
anyway,
indeed.
there we go. Okay, all right. So it looks like we're going to get some showers tonight, and like you said, we may be cold enough to change over to snow flurries during the evening. I don't think it'll amount to much. Ruth Shoemaker says she saw a few snowflakes about 12:30 today in Princeton, and that wouldn't surprise me none, because it's been chilly out there. You know,
Actually, it got up into the low 40s.
did it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought it
We've
got that
we've
warm.
dropped back into the upper 30s now, mostly through the area.
Okay.
Our overnight low, we're going to get down around 25, and that'll be plenty cold enough for some snow flurries.
Our good friend Stevie Tucker's on with us. Says, "Hurry up, spring, and you and your wife need to come back over here and join us. We could use your help a little bit, Stevie. So maybe we'll see." Denise Anderson Dossett, how much rain are we looking at for the weekend? And I think she's talking about next weekend.
Right.
I saw one thing that said, what, 2 inches, Mark?
Yeah, most of the predictions I've been seeing, most of the models are showing like between 2 and 3 inches.
And I think this is going to happen. Now, here's what's going on, just so you guys know. We've had some really cold weather up to this point. The Arctic is actually reloading as we speak. That's what this whole thing this week will be all about. The Arctic will start reloading and getting ready. And, boy, I'm seeing some really, in fact, February to me looks extremely volatile. Wouldn't you say so?
I'd say so. Everything I've seen on the models out as far as the models go look like we've just got a couple of systems coming through, and the second one is looking a little bit worse than the first one.
Yeah, we're talking about severe weather too, rearing its ugly head, and I'm telling you, that is that's going to be a big time thing to worry about. But it could be one of those things where we get severe weather on the front side and we get snow on the back side. So we could get a little bit of everything. Yeah, Harley says, I love snow, but I'm ready for summer. Yeah, trust me, don't wish your life away. I'm kind of liking the cooler weather. I don't like the heat either. So, I mean, I'm really hard to please weather-wise. But yeah, the summer is coming. In fact, spring is coming. The southeastern ridge is already building. And the southeastern ridge is also sometimes known as the Bermuda High. And every time that thing starts getting into control of our weather, we get that hot, muggy weather in the summertime. And I keep messing up my headphone stand. Okay, I got it. But anyway, Rita Smith Foster says she's heading somewhere where it's 80 to 90 degrees. The heck with the cold. Well, I know. Sometimes you feel that way. But I tell you what, without the snow to give a little bit of variety to life, if it was summer all year round, it would be pretty boring, don't you think?
It would. It
April,
would.
April, how do I pronounce her last name? Huycke. Hooky? Hooky? Is that?
Heike,
I don't know. I don't know. April, if you want to give us a phonetic spelling, we would be glad to pronounce your name correctly. But anyway, I'm sorry if we massacred it. She's just blah with this weather. So let's take a look around, first of all, at the cameras and things we have. It's something that everybody likes to see. We'll go back here to Martin, Tennessee. This is one of those cameras where that's the weather that usually comes our way. And you can see it's pretty much the same there as it is here. It's cloudy, gray skies. You see it's pretty brown. There's no greenery. Nothing has started greening up yet. And
although those clouds do look like they have some rain in them.
Yeah, they got a little bit in there, but they just don't seem to be as lower as I would like to see. But it's 42 degrees, so it's still pretty chilly out there. And, of course, we want to go over to our good friends over here at Irwin, Tennessee, at Pinnacle Tower. And they still got snow on the ground here up in the mountains there. And you see some snow up here in the mountains here. This is Irwin, Tennessee down here. And this is a live shot. None of these cameras are recorded. You can see the interstate. There's a little vehicle running up through there, but I don't see anything moving even down there much. Must be, well, it's Sunday evening.
Pretty quiet Sunday evening, yeah.
It is. But, you know, that's kind of, well, you can see the trees moving, but that's still kind of I don't know. If I were up on that tower and a forest ranger, I think I'd be kind of lethargic. I'd be looking out there and saying, oh, man, you know.
You're trying to stay awake, probably.
April says Heike is her last name. Hey, thank you for telling us that, April. Welcome aboard to our channel. Let's see here. Linda McAdress said she would be pleased to have snow for her birthday on February 26th. I was too sick for snow cream with the last one. Oh, man, Linda, I'm sorry. They should have made some, stuck it in a freezer. Then you could still eat it.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same consistency, but the flavor's there. So it was just a good thought. April says healthcare workers have to drive in this mess. Definitely not a fan. Heike is how you pronounce my name, by the way. And we got it, April. Thank you. And Tammy Tatum says, Eli got a brand new sister. Her name is Skylar. So Eli is no longer the baby of the family. So Eli, for those of you who don't know and just started following us, Eli is, well, when he first started following us, he was 4 years old, I think?
I think so. He's 5 now.
Yeah, he's 5 now. So he enjoys watching us, and he may be with his mother. I don't know if they're at the hospital still or what, but she just had a new baby. And so we wish them all the best. And anyway, so let me get off Pinnacle Tower, and let's look across. Oh, it's 34 degrees there, so it's still pretty chilly there. Let's look over at Burnsville, North Carolina. And
I don't think their camera was not up earlier, so I don't think they are.
No, it's not. So anyway, let's see if there's anything back this way. Here's Kenton, Tennessee. Again, about the same thing as we see, just generally all around, same old.
Just a typical kind of winter's day when there's not snow, just kind of brown and
just kind of like a blah day. Yeah. Let's look up here at Dragon Nation and see if they still got any snow on the ground. It's 27 degrees, and yeah, they do still have some snow. Now, how long has it been since that snow came? Do you remember? It was back. That was.
Let's see. It's been 2 weeks?
At least 2 weeks, I think. So you can see
When
they
they
still
got
have
their first snow, I think
yeah,
it's been about a week and a half since
yeah.
the last of it.
And look at that sun. That's got a little ring around it, and you know what the saying goes: "Ring around the sun or moon brings rain or snow upon you soon." I just thought you guys would like to have a little tidbit there. But anyway, while we're here, we might as well look at Spirit Lake, see what the ice fishing looks like. And hey, we got ice fishermen. There's one there and one here. So we've got a couple of people out there, and looks like, yeah, you see a lot of tracks. So I imagine there were more, but this being Sunday, some of them go back to work. But yeah, there's a couple of, I can't zoom in, but that's there's an ice fishing shack there and one right there. Boy, they're out there deep in that lake, though.
Yeah, what's their temperature there now?
33.
Good. I don't know that I want to be out on the ice when it's starting to get above
Yeah,
freezing.
I don't know either, but still, that ice is pretty thick, Mark. It's been well below freezing for a long time up there. So yeah, I would imagine it's, but it looks to me like there's a little bit too far out there on the edge for my taste. And I think this was an area of thinner ice right here because there was some, they had some sticks up around it for a while there. It does look like that's been removed, and so maybe that's frozen up, so you can see tracks, snowmobile tracks or vehicle tracks along it. But
Yeah.
just thought you guys would like to see that, so you know we weren't lying to you. Let's see here. Deborah Sales on. She says, "Hey there, guys." See, Tammy Tatum says, "Chelsea at the hospital. She was premature." Okay. Well, I hope she's doing well.
Yeah. Hope her and the baby are both doing well.
Michael Bailey says, "Can you show me Bowling Green, Ohio?" We sure can. We'll be glad to. Let's see here.
Maybe not a picture from there, but we can
We'll
show
get,
it.
we can get some close. I can't remember exactly where Bowling Green, Ohio was. I've seen. Here we go. It's up near Toledo. So I've got a camera here, just west of Lima, and Van Wert Emergency Management. And yeah, there's snow on the ground. I would assume that there's snow on the ground in Bowling Green, Ohio as well, because it's not that far. It's actually a little further south than Bowling Green, so it might be more snow there than there is here. And the temperature is, I don't see the temperature on here. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't see a temperature on this one. It says the wind's a little bit light, about 5-6 miles an hour. But still, that's a nice looking place. It is cold. I'm sure it's below freezing because that looked like most of that stuff was pretty packed in. Let's look at Kalamazoo real quick up in Murray's location, and they've got a nice snow cover. It is 25 degrees there, and that's kind of a crisp snow evening, isn't it? I don't. All the roads are clear, but they have some good snow removal equipment anyway.
Yeah.
Blackheart 502. Go ahead.
In Bowling Green, Ohio, it's 32 degrees right now. Their overnight low is going to be 17.
Ooh, so it's going to be chilly.
And then breezy and 34 tomorrow.
Gerald Blackheart 502 says, "I've been ice fishing a few times and it's still a great time. The ice is usually 2 to 3 foot thick, but it's still scary driving on it, I would imagine." Brittany Hill says she just joined, said, "Can you give her a quick rundown on the weather tonight?" So, Mark, take it away.
Well, it's going to be cloudy through the evening and overnight hours. We've got some rain showers that are moving up towards us. You can see them on the radar. But it's going to be cold enough overnight. We may see some snow flurries there as well. It's not expected to be much in the way of any kind of accumulation. But, you could get a light dusting if we get enough of a flurry. But mostly we're just looking for a very light showers or flurries moving through in the overnight hours, and they'll be out of the way tomorrow.
Okay, and Betsy Deason's on with us, says, "Hello, everyone from Hopkinsville." She's on the Facebook Weather and Wisdom page. Eric Brake says, "The camera at Lakeside Campground shows Ken Lake is frozen over." Uh-oh, we got to go see that. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can find that. It's not on for us, so I don't know what happened. I wonder if Lake Barkley is on. And, of course, not.
I was able to get them just a few minutes ago.
Lake Barkley?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this deal coming up here, this is something with YouTube. I'm not sure what that is. We're going to take some steps to eliminate that stuff here before long. There's downtown Katie's, but yeah, So you said Lake Barkley was up, and it says it's not available. So I don't know. Maybe it was up and went back down. We'll look over at the elevator cam, and it's up. This is Kroger Shopping Center, Skyline Drive in Hopkinsville. As you look to the southwest, again, I apologize for that stupid ad popping up. We'll have to figure out how to get rid of that. But you can see here's basically the kind of day here as we see pretty much all over the rest of the place. So anyway, let's go back here and let's see here. Chelsea Reese says, hey, friend. Eli says, hey. So hello, Eli. We'll wave at him. Let's see, Deborah Sales, she said she was getting on. Could you get a recap? I think we just did once. Hopefully that took care of you. If not, we'll give you another one. Mike Bynum, our good friend, says, hello, Thunder Buddies. Hello, David, and hello, Mark. And let's see here. Tammy Tatum says she's home now. Eli fixed to come on. Michael Bailey says, thank you. Clara Shreve says, can you show a picture of Columbus, Indiana? Well, let's see what we got up that way. Columbus, I'm starting to go to Ohio. It's Columbus, Indiana, which is right here. And I don't
really have any cameras in that area.
There's nothing at all there, I don't think. I don't see anything. So I wish I could show you a camera, but I don't. I can show you, though, the radar. I can even go all the way down and show you some individual houses here. That's what these little gray outlines, these little gray boxes are. And then I can go down and show you the house numbers and everything. So if there's a specific address, we can show you that. Lewis Brown says, hey, David Mark. Remember Lewis?
Yep.
Hey, Lewis. Good to see you, buddy. And then Nikki Winters on says, hello, friends. How's things looking in my old Kentucky home? Are you not in Kentucky anymore, Nikki? I know you got to be. She surely has not left the area. Yeah, Lewis says, hope you guys have been well. We have been. Well, we were a little sickly, but we've been well now. We are well now.
We're getting better.
Yeah, I hope you're doing good too, brother. It's been a while, so we're glad to see you, and always glad to see a friend on here. So anyway,
yep.
Linda Wade Oliver says, Dan and Linda Oliver watching from Evansville. Well, let's see. We got anything in Evansville? Seems like we ought to have something. Do we have a camera anywhere?
No.
Well, we're going to work on that. We're going to try to get some more cameras one of these days. We do have some other technology and things that we're going to look at. As I told you, we're making some big changes, and I think those changes will be positive, and we'll also include some different cameras that you haven't seen. So we're still looking at it. Our technology is increasing dramatically, and I'm going to have something that I hope will make big news, not just on YouTube, but all across the area. In the next, I don't know, hopefully the next 2 or 3 weeks, do you think?
Yep, at least the next 2 or 3 weeks, if not sooner.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things happening. You're going to see some major expansion here and some big-time things that will make you say, wow, I can't believe you guys pulled that off. In fact, I don't know if we haven't done it yet, but we think we are. We'll see. But what you're seeing on our screen here right now with this with these, let's see if I get this right. These banners across the bottom and then up there at the top above Mark. All that's going to, if there were anything active right now, if there's nothing nationwide, no watches, warnings, absolutely nothing. So therefore, there's nothing going on there. But if it were anything, you would see it come crawling across the bottom. You'll hear the voice. It will flash up and tell you. If you're a new subscriber, subscribe and you'll see it. I'm sitting here trying to point to the screen. Ain't nobody in here. It's just me. But let's see if I can get my hand right. You'll see it over here pop up on the radar. And I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like, but it's pretty nice. I saw parts of it from where Shane was showing us just as we were getting ready to go on. And anyway, XZYMZ, hope you guys are doing well today. I was wondering when you guys think our severe weather season will start this year, or is it too early to really tell? I don't think so. In fact, Mark would probably need to, let me go over here and start looking at some models. We need to show y'all some stuff because, Yeah, it doesn't look well to me.
Yeah. What we're going to show you, and this again is way out. It's 2 weeks out in the model, so things could move around. It could change quite a bit. But right now, they're showing a pretty big warm up for West Kentucky. Not this coming weekend, but the weekend after that.
Yeah.
We could see high temperatures warming up. Some of the models show warming up to around 70 degrees,
Oh my
and
gosh.
then a cold front coming through. And if that's the case, we could definitely be looking at the potential for severe weather with that.
That is, trust me, folks, that's not a good thing. We don't want that to happen. We don't need those temperatures getting up that hot whenever there's a big cold front coming in. So right now, what we're looking at here, this is the GFS model, one of the different models that we use on here to look at things and see what it's going to do. And the time that we're looking at here is, of course, 6 p.m. today. We're going to move it forward. There's the
There's
rain.
that little dust of snow.
Yeah, you see a little dust of snow. The 540 line's right there, so that's the freezing line. As we get a little cooler air, and it comes on in as we move forward. 6 p.m. tomorrow. It's still going to be a little cool, but you see this warmer air trying to lean forward into this. But now keep an eye on this stuff up here. This is the harbinger of things to come, and I'll show you more about that when we go to the Zoom Earth picture. But let's go ahead and go through the models, and you will see some of the stuff we're talking about. As you watch this, you can see this northwest flow is disturbing. This is a cutoff low right here, and basically what that means is it's cut off from the main storm track. It's going to kind of sit there, meander. It may move over this way. The question is, you don't know how it's going to move because it's a cutoff low. So there's no telling exactly where it'll end up. But as we keep watching it, you can see that it's going to help lift some moisture in conjunction with this other low pressure area. It comes up around Texas. And you remember, it's circulating counterclockwise, so it's going to throw that Gulf moisture up. And look at that. It's getting kind of strong. This is 6 p.m. on the 30th.
Yeah, this is going to be our heavy rain event that's
Yep.
going to come in toward next weekend.
And you notice that this is probably severe weather to our south and southwest. So right now it does not look like we'll get anything but strong, maybe a few strong storms, but mostly it's going to be just a heavy rainmaker. I don't see a big severe thing going on there. Here's that cutoff low, and it has its own little cold air mass with it right here. And you can see it's cold enough to throw some snow around, even though the temperatures around out here are above freezing. But the center of that low has some cold air with it. And let's move on forward. This is on the 31st. Again, that low is sitting right almost over the top of us with heavy rain. And this would be, what is that, next Saturday, the 31st, Mark?
Yes.
Okay, so this is at noon next Saturday. Going to be a rainy day. If you got some TV programs you want to watch, it's probably a good day to watch them. But you know what? Linda McElrath has a good point. And let's see here.
Let's get on through this, and then we'll go on to that.
Yeah, I want to look at, wait a minute. Joyce Wells says, I can't see the screen where the lake is because everything you both come across the screen is that my phone. So she must be trying to watch us on a cell phone. I'm not sure, Joyce, exactly what's going on, but yeah, I'm hoping that we can get it where you can watch it, everything very well. Ruth Cornelia says, snow is finally gone here in Baytown, Texas. Yeah, I bet you are glad. Let's see here. Linda McElrath says, I bet the storm shelters will start selling like hotcakes then. And she's right. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute, too. And Chelsea Reese says, Eli has a new sister now. We've already broken the news, Chelsea. So Tammy has told us all about it. All right, let's go on through this because we need to get through this model. And this is on the 31st. Here it is, February 1st. You see just a little quick shot of cold air right there. Nothing much. But look at this. Look at all this stuff up here. This shows you something is getting ready to happen. The atmosphere is getting reloaded. And this says we get into the 1st of February. Here's the 2nd. This is Groundhog Day. Woohoo! Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like if this model holds true, the groundhog would probably see his shadow, which would be, 6 more weeks of winter.
Of winter.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm beginning to think may have a point there. So let's keep going. Um, Here's the third. And look at this wound up storm right there. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good grief. Get off of this. Sorry, I always do this. And it takes me right back to where I was. So let me just get on back through it again. Okay, here's the third. And you can see this is some very strong inflow of cold air right here. I mean, the temperature drops rapidly, Mark. Look at that. Look at how far
I
down.
see that. That's a very, very steep gradient.
It is. And there's snow breaking out. And then here it comes. It moves off into, well, it looks like Montana and what is it, Wyoming. And this is on February 4th. But look how close it's getting. This is affecting a large part of real estate. These winds are going to be tremendous because the close isobars. So, golly, that cotton picking thing always gets up there on me and messes me up. So I'm going to run through this real quick and just let it do it automatically. And when it gets to where I want it to be, I'll stop it and we'll talk about this a little bit more. And I'll try to
There
keep
comes.
Yeah,
Okay, no, that's
next weekend.
right.
This is the one coming up February 2nd, 3rd, and here's the 4th. Let's see, do we have any more of this loaded? Yeah, we got a few more frames. So let's watch this. And I don't like the looks of that. That's ice over in Missouri. And this is on February 5th, 6 o'clock in the morning. And look at that coming up over us. So you got all this stuff back here. This looks pretty crazy. And we're going to keep going. And right now we have rain over us on this. But then look at that.
There's our severe weather potential.
That right there, you look at this. Look how close this is. You've got the warm air on this side. You've got the cold air right here. It's all within a short distance of each other.
Yeah.
And this is on February 7th. This is at noon.
And by the isobars, those winds are going to be screaming out of the southwest.
They will. So our date of worry is going to be February 6th, 7th, and probably beyond. I don't know how many more bars of this we've got to go.
Yeah. There's our snow on the backside.
Yeah, look at that. And that's a pretty good snowstorm back there, too. So we'll see if it lifts northward. But we're going to get a skiff of it. Look at that. That gets down into western Kentucky. So we're going to have severe weather on the front side. We'll get snow on the back side. This is something we don't want to play with because this one right here concerns me. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be, I'm not a big sensationalist, and that's the last frame I have on that. So that's the last model that I have on it. The new model hasn't come out just yet or finished loading. So this is on February 8th.
And cold air is pushed pretty far south then too.
Yeah, look how far south. That's going all the way down to Texas and Louisiana. This is another outbreak. This is what I was telling you. This is another outbreak from the polar vortex. It has all the makings of it, and it's some serious extremes, as you can tell. And it looks like it's going to come right down into the center. It'll start out in the northwest first, and then move down into the center of the country. We're going to be affected by this storm to some extent. We just don't know how bad it's going to be just yet. We certainly will keep you posted on this, but don't let your guard down. This one right here could be something fairly serious. Let's hope it's not. Okay.
Yeah. And don't forget, these models do change around a bit. We've seen big storms out at the far end of the models before that just suddenly disappear. I don't know that this one's going to do that, but we need to keep an eye on it and see exactly what it does.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to watch it for you. We're not going to let it get in on us without having plenty of warning. And I'm going to back it up just a little bit. And that right there looks like 6 p.m. It's going to be an evening. And doggone it, every time we get something serious, it comes at nighttime. That's part of the characteristics of being in Dixie Alley, and that's what we're considered to be in. XZYMZ says, I dread it so much. Ha. Hopefully this year won't be as bad as what it was last year with severe weather. Yeah, I don't want I don't want to unduly alarm you, but I'll be honest with you. This severe season looks much worse than last severe season. I don't think we had that many tornadoes last year, did we, Mark?
No, I don't think so. We had a couple around the area, but nothing like a huge outbreak.
Right. Ruth Cornelius says, will it possibly make it to the Texas coast? I don't think you got so much to worry about there, just strictly because you are on the Texas coast. It might help to diminish the severe threat, but we're going to have to watch this for pretty much all around our part of the country and into the probably parts of Mississippi and Alabama and up into, Indiana and Ohio and even Illinois and even Missouri. So there's going to be a large area affected by this. Now, I want to go back over to the radar while I get the rest of the stuff queued up. So I'll tell you what, while we're there, we were talking about the storm shelters. And Linda McElrath has, I'm glad she's there because she reminds us that we have a product from our sponsors that really does help. And I want you to watch this real closely. What would you do when severe storms with tornadoes threaten you and your family? If you have planned properly, you will have a storm shelter nearby that is strong, safe, and will save your family's life. Mid-South storm shelters provide just that. They blend well with the landscape and are proven lifesavers. When the weather gets severe, have no fear with a Mid-South storm shelter. Call today at 270-725-6020. And, of course, be sure if you've got any thoughts of getting a storm shelter, it's not too early to be calling those guys because number one, they do top quality work. But not only that, I think that you will find it's aesthetically pleasing. They actually look good out there. I was kind of impressed with the design of their storm shelters. So give them a call.
Yes, indeed.
And we don't want to forget Michael Vance, Contracting and Roofing, 270-707-ROOF. This is where Natasha would be in here doing this, so we'll have to contact. I think she's going to be out of the country really this coming week, but she'll be joining us a little more often as we get past this week, just in time for all that severe weather and everything. We'll see. But he also owns Lakeside Campground Marina, so you might want to look at that website. Visit lakesidecampground.com because I tell you, that's a beautiful place, and you'll be wanting to go there as soon as the weather allows. And we don't want to forget our good friend, Katie Moyer.
Anytime my aches and pains act up, I always reach for Kentucky Hip Works Hip Root Salve. It's easy to use. Just rub it on the affected areas and you will soon notice big relief. You can use it as a moisturizing lip balm or ointment that heals and protects your lips during adverse weather conditions and helps with preventing chapped lips. This amazing Kentucky Hemp Works salve is available in our online store at dpww.shop. Order today.
And I can tell you that hemp salve goes fast. We've been selling a lot of that. So if you're having some aches and pains, chapped lips, or anything, it's good for a lot of stuff. So go onto our online store at dpww.shop. There's a link in there, and you also find Shop Weather and Wisdom is online as well, which has clothing and apparel, all kinds of things there. Still getting some designs into it, but we're making some big progress. Like I said, we're undergoing major changes, but hey, we have limited personnel, so it just takes a while to get it all done. But it's going to be done, and you guys are going to be so tickled with it. Crystal Eden says, I love our storm shelter. It's worth every single penny. We got ours from Mid-South Storm Shelters. Well, great to know that, Crystal.
Great.
So yeah, we appreciate that. So there you go, folks. There's a personal testimony on Mid-South Storm Shelters. Those guys do quality work. I'm really tickled to have them as a sponsor. I guess the next thing I want to do is we'll go back to the radar first, and let me get everything set up over here. I'm inclined, Mark, I think this shows the temperature outlook on
the College of DuPage.
Yeah, I think so, doesn't it?
It should. You probably want the 12Z of the GFS because the 18Z started coming out, but it takes the COD page a while to get it.
Okay, let me see if I can get the 12Z. That's for
And
today, right? Yeah.
yeah, and then you can go to surface and temperature when you get over there.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at it. This is my first time messing with this, so hopefully you guys will get something out of it. Looks like I need to make some adjustments, and I
Yeah.
don't know. Let me see if I
Top
can.
right on the
Yeah,
main map, top left
yeah,
there.
I see it. If I can get over here,
Wild mouse.
I know. Uno momento, señor. Here we go. Yeah, this is a little better. Okay, so here's the temperature for today, and pretty much it's about right. So we're going to go through this and take a look at what's going on. Let me get down here. Every one of these is a little bit different on how to advance it, so let me move down here where I can get to the controls. Here we go. And I believe one of them, okay, here we go. This is on Monday. You can see that that little cold air gets in here, right here. This is all cool air. And the dark blue is really cold. The pink and white is real cold. In fact, it shows -8 degrees back here. And this right here shows 19, 20, 21. So you can see the difference in the models. Meanwhile, down here in northern Mississippi, 42 degrees. So that just is a little bit of an idea of how the temperature differences are going to go. And so as you see, it kind of comes down. But then look at this heat ridge kind of building up in there. It's really having a hard time getting up into the our area. We stay fairly cool, but not cold. And we're going to watch this. Now, here we go. This is where the warm-up begins. This is on the 28th. Remember, we want to watch for the 5th, 6th, and 7th of February and see where our temperatures are then if it goes out that far. But this is the 29th, and you can see we are under a warming trend. And as I said, this is where the Arctic is reloading, and we're going to keep watching it. But look out there to the west, and then look at this frigid air up here. This is, let's see, 10 degrees, 12 degrees below zero. It's getting colder, 25 below. And in fact, if you go on up here higher, there's 29 below. It is getting cold up to the north. But meanwhile, down here in Tennessee, it's 43 degrees. So it's generally kind of mild. And this is on Wednesday, the 29th. We're going to keep moving. And you can see we've got this surge, but then it keeps wanting to fight back. This is where we got to watch. You know, we've got this little cold air drops in here temporarily, and then all of a sudden it starts shooting back to the north, and then we really get a warm up as we go into the 31st. And look how tight these isobars get. This means that the winds are going to pick up out of the south, Mark, right?
Yep.
And let's keep going. And this is on February 1st. Remember, we're watching for...
There you're starting to see those 60s get up
Yep.
into West Kentucky.
Yep. Here we go. And February 1st, then look here. Look at here. It's getting even warmer. Here's Sunday the 2nd. And this is what's concerning. Look how quickly we heat up on the 2nd and then get into the 60s. Now I'm showing overnight temperatures too, then it comes back up. And then here is, let's see, this is 00Z. That's, let's see. I'm going to have to get me a chart to convert those.
That's 6 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, so here we go, going overnight on the 4th. But look at the intensity of this cold air up here. This is really
The cold air is up there. It's
It
just,
is.
and when it starts to move south and we get those clash between those air masses, that's not going to be good.
And look here, 70s in western Tennessee. This is on February 4th. Man, oh man. And the 5th, this is when we're starting to see stuff out to the west. We'll keep going. And look at this. Here's the 5th, just as that severe weather looks like it's going to start kicking up. 68 degrees up into Kentucky and Tennessee. That is concerning. We're going to go a little further. This is in the evening. And then look here.
Look at that warm air pushing
Oh
north.
my gosh. This is what's scary. 70 degrees into western Kentucky. right there,
Mm-hmm.
70 degrees. And let's see, did it show? It doesn't show the humidity. That's
No,
what's
that's
going to be.
you could pull it up, but that's a different map.
That's what's going to be telling, though, isn't it, Mark?
It is.
You reckon they'd have skew T's on that right now?
They might.
Let's
They might.
kick on it and see.
Yeah, they don't do that on that one. They just
Okay.
shows you the map conditions.
Okay. And then this is the 7th. And look at the cold air coming. This is where it's going to get crazy. And look how cold it is. What a contrast. Look at this cold here. And then back here, it's 70 degrees. So you're looking at a 80-degree difference in temperatures from up here to down here. This is just crazy.
And that cold air is dense and heavy. It will push southward.
Yep. And this is on, again, on Friday the 7th. And you can see we're at 70 degrees still here in Kentucky, western Kentucky, around the lakes. And look how tight the isobars get. This means this is going to be a windy system for sure. How severe yet, we don't know. Let's hope that this changes because this is way out.
Yeah.
But it has a scary look to it. I'll be honest with you. And look at that. It's just really fighting. I mean, this is a battle zone right here. And look at this. You can see the cold air is pushing. It's already down here to 11 degrees.
Behind the cold air is all the way down into Texas and northern Mexico almost.
If you go down here to Texas, 29 degrees. And yet right up here, we are in the 50s and 60s. So, this is something we're going to have to watch. And then here it comes where we finally bust through. And it doesn't show this sink quite as far, but I think the entire country is going to end up being cold. I know that some of the models were showing that it was going to be warmer than usual for February. And so if they consider that, they're probably looking at the first few days, which in turn would make the whole month.
Very well maybe.
It would make the whole month look like it's going to be above normal, but it's not. But this is cold air. I mean, this is some serious cold, and it's going to be a battle zone to see what happens. So anyway, I thought you guys would like to see that. I'm going to go to Zoom Earth here, and here we can take a look at the cross-polar flow. Let me see if I can get that up here. Okay. There's the Aleutian Low still sitting up there. We've watched all for the last, several weeks. It's been there for a long time.
Yeah. Most of the winter.
This is a big storm system out here. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen there, but that one right there will eventually move this way. We'll just have to see. Now, let's move to the north here. Oh, gosh, look at this, Mark. What is that? That's a polar vortex, isn't it?
It is.
At least part of one.
A true polar vortex.
That is. Let's look at the temperatures. And I guess you can't really see it out there, but look at this. Oh, good grief. What in the world is it doing to me?
You hit the back button once too often.
I guess so. Let me push it forward. There we go. Finally, gosh. Now, what that was saying is that what the temperature shows about 6 feet off the surface of the Earth. So here's 28, 29 below zero. If you look over here in Siberia, it's 51, 52 degrees below zero. And then you go back to the wind, and you can see, look at that. See, that's moving up this way. And so that cold air is going to get into this part of the country.
Yep.
And let's see here. Let's go back to the temperatures again. Now, here's the cold air. And this is current. This is not what is projected. This is current. But you can see it's already building up here. And it's going to get colder as time goes by. You'll see this colder air from Siberia transferring across the polar areas into the North American continent. That's what they call a cross-polar flow. We'll see. a lot of things in the works. It's hard to say exactly with any degree of accuracy this far out what it's going to do, but it's going to be interesting to say the least. See, there's that big storm we were watching out there in the northern Pacific east of Tokyo. I wonder if that's the formation of maybe a typhoon. It's a little,
it could.
early.
It's a strong storm. Yeah, it's kind of the wrong time of year for it, but it's
Yep.
a strong storm, and I was wondering if that might get up there and cause a bit of a sudden stratospheric warming.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, and it looks like that's the way it's headed. So we'll see. Sudden stratospheric warming is when we know that we're going to get a visit from the polar vortex, and that's when we're going to expect, once the sudden stratospheric warming effect takes place, generally about 10 days, sometimes it can be a little longer when we start seeing it return to our neck of the woods, the cold air. And so there you go. That's kind of what we're looking at. I want you guys to see those models because it is nothing to be overly concerned about, because it is a good ways out, but we're going to hope that changes and it won't be as bad as it looks right now. So anyway, I hope you guys have gotten something out of this. Wait a minute. Tammy Tatum, she's talking food again. She says making barbecue chicken.
Okay, we start to talk food. You know what that means.
Yeah, it means it's time for us to go. Deborah Sells says she's excitingly awaiting our big news. And it is. It's going to be exciting. And it's going to change everything. It'll change everything. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away because it's not a sure thing. But it all looks really good right now. And we'll see if our technicians can pull it off, which I think they can. I've got all the faith in the world in them. And so we'll see how it plays out. Let's see here. Chris Meacham says he's having popcorn. Boy, popcorn sounds good right now. I don't know why, but that sounds nice.
Yeah.
All right, somebody come in here and do a subscribe or something so I can see this pop up on the screen. I want to see how this works. So pop up, or let's see here. Well, it shows someone, Patricia Dunning, has liked it, but I don't see it, didn't hear anything out of it. So I don't know. We'll see. Jackie Mass having chili. Don Lord says, gosh, I'm on liquid and soft foods. Dang it. Mike Bynum says, good evening, everyone, and may God bless and protect you all. Have a good evening, David and Mark, and we hope you do too.
You too, Mike. Appreciate you.
He's one of our most loyal followers on here. We think world of him. Rita Taylor on the Facebook page says, hey, Dave, I'm just getting here. Hope all is well in your neighborhood. Glad it's warmer. Ugh, more cold on the way. I'll get ready. Mexican cornbread for supper here. Oh, man, I haven't had Mexican cornbread in a long time. I'm making my mouth water. So I'm getting hungry. Mark's getting hungry. I heard his belly growling through the microphone here a little while ago. So
yes, indeed, you probably did.
So anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and call it an evening. We've been on almost an hour, and I hope we've explained things to you guys really well. Mike Bynum says, thank you, guys. I feel the same for you. Very fine gentlemen. Oh, he don't know us too well. He called us gentlemen. Did you hear that? He said gentlemen.
Yeah, I almost looked around to see who was talking to.
Who came in the room? Anyway, thank you, Mike. We appreciate you, brother. So anyway, everybody, I hope you have a great evening. And our next scheduled update will be Wednesday. If anything changes between now and then that we think you need to be up on, we're certainly going to let you know, and we'll send out a thing letting you know that we're doing it. And looking back at the radar, just want to see where the rain is. It's not too far off, but it's going to be a little while before it gets here. Let's see here. Jackie Mattis says, everyone have a nice evening. Be safe. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute here. I'm not going to start that.
You got ahead of yourself, didn't you?
Well, my finger hit the button by accident. Good grief.
Yeah.
All right, we can still say,
Freddy there.
well, see, the thing of it is I've got control, so I can change it. So I choose not to let that credit roll go. But, hey, Dave's
Well,
on
we
with
need
us.
to pause a second. Dave from Huntington just joined us. Hey,
I
Dave,
know.
how you doing?
Yeah, Dave, we're glad to see you. We want to pause for just a second, just say hello to you and tell everyone hello. Linda McElrath, Dave's time. It's time to start making the greetings, because when Dave comes on, everybody knows him, and they start greeting Dave, and he's in West Virginia. So His weather is a little different than ours. It's probably still cold, and I bet he's still got some snow on the ground. So anyway, Dave said he thought he hit that button. Well, anyway.
Hey, the button, not that button.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, hey, what does it do when I press this? What's this button do? Anyway. Okay, so you guys, hey, I appreciate you. Dave, I wish we could stay longer, but I'm about to starve. So I thank you all so much for being with us. And I had a nice saying I was going to give, but I can't remember what it was now. It was really good, though. I promise you, it was really good. It was something I was going to leave you with. But anyway, yeah, Chris Beecham says, don't hit that red button. All right, so Mark, you got any final words?
Everyone, enjoy the coming week and the little bit of warm up. Enjoy this evening and enjoy seeing the little rain showers and a bit of snow flurries or snow showers we get. And just be safe. We'll see you next time.
All right. And Dave says he just finished eating. And Sandy Winters says night. Linda McElrath says, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.